Back with another episode. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We have to get into these topics. What's up? I have been so good pumping out this content every day because it was like pump out the content, pump out the content, pump out the content. So that's exactly what we have been doing on this show. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching this episode. Those that are going to watch it in the replay, we are here. What's up? What's up? What's up? When y'all come in the room, make sure y'all thumbs up. I want to make sure the sound is good. Let me see if I can hear myself on here before we start with this episode. Give me a quick little minute. I want to make sure that the sound is good on here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, the sound is good on here. What's up, y'all? Listen, when I take my medicine and stuff, like it literally had me like dreaming. So I had like a good dream last night, dreaming about some people, and it was like a little argument in a dream, but it was like really good. I slept like so good. And yes, I just started. What's up? We've been on here, just started. See, I just got the notification. Did you start? Yeah, I just started on here. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode of The Wiley Show. We're about to get into these topics. So let's start with our first. Hold on, let me make sure I bring it up, child. This whole situation is going on with Prince Andrew will no longer use any of his royal titles. Y'all know Prince Andrew was the one that was around Epstein. So before Queen Elizabeth died, they literally like stripped him of his duties. But in this statement that he wrote, and this will get media attention, they said here, it's a discussion with the king and immediate and wider family. We have concluded that continued accusations about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. I've decided, as always, have to put my duty to my family and country first. I stand by my decision 5 years ago to stand back from public life. With His Majesty agreement, we feel I must go a step further. I will therefore no longer use my title or honors which have conferred upon me. As I have said previously, I vigorously denied the accusations against me. So he can't even use like the title or anything like that. Prince Harry has not been stripped of his he had been stripped of his title. So now you can't even put it out there and say he's a prince. But he should have known better. When you get around the Epstein, and this is really bad, even in America when it comes to the Epstein files, that Republicans don't want to swear in this member that won this election. She won this special election, and they don't want to swear in because she's going to be like the 218 person vote to definitely get in to bring in the Epstein file, to release the Epstein file, because they don't want the file to be released because he was around a lot of celebrities. That Epstein files definitely have a lot of celebrities including Prince Andrew. But the UK one plan, and they was like, listen, since you're going to have been around Epstein, and since you was going to the Epstein parties, we're going to remove you from the titles. Okay, so Republicans let us suffer because of that. The Republicans are letting all of us suffer and not get paid, and the government shut down because they're protecting pedos. That is so true. Even I see y'all in here. So when this whole thing with Prince Andrew, I've always thought that he was weird. But when you're around a person that always have underage people around them and doing all the time of this crazy stuff, you're gonna be labeled a person that around that activity, that pedo activity. And that's why it's not good to be around a person, because their stink can get on you. And I'm just being 100% real. That stink can get on you when it comes about it. They say, we'll be listening in the bushes at work. Yay! So you got to be very, very careful. You got to be very careful being around it. So that's why a lot of these Republicans are literally letting us suffer. Let me tell y'all something. Food stamps on next month, they're saying that we're probably the country, those that are on food stamps will not receive their benefits because of the government shutdown. So that means a lot of people that is on food stamps probably won't receive their benefits next month due to this government shutdown. They're saying that this government shutdown will be even longer than the last time they had a government shutdown. That is what they're saying in the media. So a lot of people is definitely having a lot of stuff like, oh, wow. A lot of these people, I was like, oh, my gosh, what about the food stamps? So now they're saying that it's allegedly, they're saying that they won't even get their food stamps because the government shutdown. The Republicans feel that if people won't get their food stamps, then maybe the Democrats will be pressured to open the government back up. But they're saying we need at least the subsidies for the healthcare because people healthcare plan have been going through the roof due to these prices. So if they don't pass those tax credits for the healthcare, people are going to be paying a lot of bread for their healthcare, and they probably will have to drop it because they can't afford their healthcare as well. So, wow. And, a lot of people that depends on, even when it comes to like healthcare, that's a serious thing because people will die. And the same thing with food stamps. If people can't eat and feed their family because that's their only source of food where they can get food is because of the stamps, that will definitely harm a lot of people. So again, you guys, and I'm just being honest, this is a lot of work. And let's be clear, they're saying it affected November 1st in November with the food stamps. Let's be clear. It's a lot of Republicans that's on food stamps. It's a lot of Democrats that's also on food stamps. So if people are not able to get their food stamps, a lot of people are going to suffer. A lot of children are going to go hungry for that. And a lot of schools are not going to be able to give the people free lunch because they depend on that program as well. So yeah, food stamps is government aid and it could be affected. They're saying if they do not have the government, if they do not pass a bill to fund the government. So they're saying right then and there that if they don't pass it by soon before November, you won't get the benefits. So this is really, really sad, y'all. When I tell y'all, when I was looking at this stuff, I'm like, wow. So this government shutdown is really going to affect a lot of people. Like, come on now, Donald Trump. Come on, President Trump. Pass the bill. Get these Republicans in line. Democrats get in line. And I understand why the Democrats say, hey, we don't want to fight this. We don't want to pass this bill without, because it would affect people with the health. So I understand, but I wish both parties would come together because at the end of the day, the Democrats still getting paid, the Republicans still getting paid, the independents, anybody that's in Congress and the Senate, they're still getting a paycheck. By law, they still get a paycheck. They say it's affecting veterans. I can't contact financial aid about school. See, this is sad. And people are going through it financially. Like they need to do something about that. Trump is a thing. He don't care about anybody but himself. And it's not going to affect people that's rich. If you're rich, it's not going to affect you. If you're rich, you won't be affected. It's only going to affect people that depend on the program and poor people. And that's the sad part about it. It's so sad. So they're still getting their money. People in Congress still getting a coin. Still getting a coin. And that's the sad part. Like, wow. So definitely. So again, they said, what are you drinking? I'm drinking my water. Okay. So I'm gonna go to this next topic here. Y'all bear with me. And this is like really, really sad. Because when I talk about the government shot, it almost want to make me cry. Michelle Obama is getting backlash. I got to Princeton because of DEI. Michelle Obama sparked controversy after she said she only got into Princeton because of affirmative action. And right-wing critics, they are definitely letting her have it. They are saying that Michelle Obama is the center of a new viral firestorm after a resurfaced video says she was making calls she was calling that she literally said that her college admission was because of affirmative action. But let's be clear, Michelle Obama was qualified to go to the school, to go to Princeton. They feel like if you get in affirmative action that you dumb and slow, but no, you qualify. Thank you so very much. Greetings, Wally. Blessed night. Greetings, chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sis, for the super chat. So we reach our goal. We do like one goal a day. So these white women, they always feel like if you have anything to deal with affirmative action, you don't deserve to be in the school. But affirmative action was making it way that you don't discriminate and making sure it's possible for people that is a minority that they have a fair share to get in. And now when they took out affirmative action, I was reading somewhere in Harvard Law School that the class, it's like a small class of people in law school that's black. The same number back in 1972, they have the same enrollment numbers, go all the way back to 1972, due to the fact that they had council affirmative action. So it's hurting a lot of people to get into the Ivy League schools because they feel as though like that discriminate towards white people. These conservative groups, these conservative organizations are using the civil rights laws to get things done for their people. They're literally using civil rights law that was designed to help black folks. They're using the law to say, hey, you're discriminating against white people when you're allowing that, or you're discriminating against Asian people when you are using affirmative action. But let's be clear, affirmative action have white women benefited the most from affirmative action. Let's be crystal clear on that. White people, white women in particular, have benefited to go to these Ivy League schools, go to these professional schools, go to these trade schools, go to medical schools. White women have benefited from that more than anybody because they were blocked out of a lot of stuff because they were white. So let's be clear. Let's not get into this. Let's literally not pressure ourselves and be like, hey, well, we ain't going to respond to it because only black people get affirmative action. That's a lie. If you believe that, black people, when it comes to affirmative action or DEI, we at the bottom of the list. Who benefit the most is white women. And you would think white women will vote for Democrats, but they are so easily voting for, they're literally voting for against their interests the same way their husbands are voting. So it's like really, really crazy when it comes to that. Real, real crazy. And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, again, black people, we benefited from the Civil Rights Bill, but who benefit the most? Definitely white women, no shade. So you would think they'd be out here marching, protesting, advocating for the rights to keep it protected? No. Even in the Supreme Court, they're even going to have a ruling that could affect the Voters' Right Act that literally changed the whole Voter Act where it won't have no teeth at all. So they definitely have that as well. So it's been crazy, y'all. It's been, when I tell you it has been crazy, it has been really, 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 really crazy what's going on in our society. So we definitely got to get that together. But it's a lot of stuff that's been going on. But again, Michelle Obama was qualified to go to Princeton. She is very wise. She's smart. She's intelligent. So she deserved to go into all the type of way. Now, Brian McKnight, y'all know who Brian McKnight is, the singer. He threatened legal action following an alleged $8 million lawsuit win. Brian McKnight is trending online today after reportedly won an $8.8 million defamation lawsuit. The singer had faced a backlash as he publicly denounced some of his older children, similarly referring to them as a product of sin. Y'all know he said that. He did claim his non-biological daughter was with his partner and their sons together after fans called for a boycott against the star in his music. Y'all know Nico, his son, had passed away and following a cancer battle. And Nico's one of his children he shared with his ex-wife, Julie McKnight, appears to be the defendant in the defamation suit. Brian McKnight celebrated the $8.8 million court victory after the judge ruled in his favor against the ex, Julia, in a long battle over finance and defamation claims. This is a statement. He said, it's been a long journey getting to this day, October 16, 2025. But we are here in the English courtside about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars, continue to lie, and keep it to ourselves, live it and love our life, he says with a huge grin. And I continue. As we said, everything in God's hand and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book full of lies, that's what he said, equals to $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Now, from my voicemail is the voice of a liar. Listen, when I tell you that this man has been coming out of the woodwork, and June after Nico's death, McKnight hopped online to slam his brother, Claudine McKnight, and his ex-wife about announcing Nico's death on social media. Big thanks to Claudie McKnight, tasteless and antagonizing announcement on TikTok. Let me say this. Brian McKnight have definitely been in big trouble because how he treat his kids. I feel it's some type of way, and I be feeling like he's very nasty to his biological kids, his first kids, and he have a do-over. But just because you have a do-over with new children and you're not working as much and stuff like that, you still want to be respectful to your children. And also his children need to be respectful to Brian McKnight. I wish that they would take this off the internet. Hey, I see you, bro. I see you in here, Theo. Really take a break from bringing their issues to social media. Take a break. Why are we bringing it to social media? Your issues with your father or your father issues with his kids. Like that's something that you do not bring to social media. But Brian McKnight started it first. He was really saying that his biological kids is a product of sin and that they're this and that they're that. It's just crazy to me. Like, why are you doing this to your own children? Why are you saying it about your biological children, your first group of kids? You know what I'm saying? Because even when you had them, you were real busy. You didn't have time to be raising them like that. Even his son definitely had passed away, and he was mad at the brother put it out that his nephew had passed away. Brad McKnight said, "Why would you put my son up on the internet that he passed away? It's crazy." But they weren't even getting along. So it's like sad. That's why I tell people, you like treat your parents with respect, and parents treat your children with respect because you don't know when you're going to get that phone call that your loved one had passed away. You don't know what's going to happen when you pass away. You just don't know. So again, we are definitely praying for McKnight family that they can get along. You know what I'm saying? They have just so much division and so much strife when it comes to stuff like that. Yes, they say his new kids are do-over or retirement kids, and just treat them with respect. You ain't got to be out here being disrespectful to your children just because you got some new ones. You know what I'm saying? Respect all your children. You should love all your children. But it seems to me, once he got a do-over with his new wife, he feels that they'll replace his older children. And it shouldn't be that way. You just show love because it's going to affect no matter how old you are. It affects you. You'll be like, oh my God, this man is really something that's hurt my feelings. Like it's really, really crazy. Like you feel the type of way. I will never forget it when I reached out to him on Ancestry, and I found him on Ancestry, and we had one conversation. And when he said, "Oh, I don't want to be in your life, and you too old for that," you know, blah blah blah, and I felt some type of way. I literally felt some type of way about it. I had to get over it, and I was like, "Wow!" And I said, "You know what? When I have children, I'm gonna make sure that I be in my children's life, that I respect them, that I love them, and not have the same generational curse of just treating my children with disrespect and being negative towards them. Like really show them love. Like that is exactly what I want to do when I have children. But when it comes to Brian McKnight, I know his kids feel some type of way. I feel some type of way. Like you got new kids and you giving them all this, you showing them all this love, and then you said, "Well, but my first kid, they was a product of sin and stuff." But people have been trashing him and dogging him, and like literally have been letting him have it. But he sued his ex-wife, and he says defamation. That's what you got to be careful when you write these books and stuff. Because if a person feel like what you're writing about them is disrespectful, they will make sure that they put that you will literally get sue, and it will put on the in the defamation to say, hey, this is slander. So you got to be careful when you write them tell all books. Some people get away with it because people are like, listen, I don't want to sue. I remember when I read Charlemagne book, he made sure that he put alias names in there, that he didn't put nobody direct name in there, that he protect the privacy of the person that he was talking about. Because people read these books, especially if you're selling a book and it's gaining traction and they feel like there's lies, you would have to defend like your side of the story is the truth. But obviously, his ex-wife lost. He won an $8.8 million judgment. Do I think that Brian McKnight will get that $8.8 million from the ex-wife? No, because she ain't got no $8.8 million. So that was just something to just shut her up and to stop talking about that book. They said maybe his light skinned kids, maybe he likes his light skinned kids better. He does. He have said it in so many words. He have said it, and so I feel so bad for the McKnights, the narcissist father they have. Yeah, I feel crazy about that too. It's like really, really sad. Like they really need to get it together as as a family. They should definitely get it together. Definitely. Sometimes a parent hate the kids because they remind them of the spouses they hate. And just because, and I love that comment that you said, just because you don't like the spouse shouldn't be that you put it on the child. And I remember when I reached out to my father and to have a relationship with him, I believe he didn't like my mother or liked her like that he's put it out on me. And so what I did was I eventually just mind my business and moved forward with my life, didn't reach back out to him because I said I don't want to get dragged off of something that I know I didn't do. I didn't ask to come here. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was born in November 11, 1990, so I didn't ask to be here, but I'm here. So you should respect that and have a relationship. But I said once my father said he didn't want to have a relationship, I said okay, and you move on with your life. But then when once I become successful and rich, then you go like, oh, that's my son. I love my son and all that. You know all that phony fake stuff. Now when it comes to this new topic, child, I got to get into, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. This is good news for none other Diddy. Diddy asked Trump for a pardon. Trump confirmed is looking over it. If approved, Diddy could be home in 48 hours. Diddy Combs, who is serving a 4-year prison sentence, have officially asked former President Donald Trump for a presidential pardon. Trump reportedly confirmed the request during a White House briefing, even referring to him as Puff Daddy. Experts, if Trump signed the pardon, Diddy release could happen in as little as 48 hours, though paperwork and security procedure might cause minor delay. The pardon will erase his conviction entirely, freeing him for both his sentence and criminal record. So that's good news for Diddy. Is it good news for his victims? No, it's good news for Diddy. And he gonna have to come out singing his praises. He gonna have to come out and start singing that man praises because again, he put it out there that listen, Diddy want this to come, that he want this part, even though he trashed Diddy trash Trump and all that. That's why you got to be careful trashing because you never know when you're gonna need him. I'm gonna say it again. That's why you can't be out here trashing folks and being nasty to people because that might have to be the same butthole, but you have to kiss. He gonna have to sing Trump praises. And if he get a full pardon, he don't even have to take the drug or go to drug treatment. So we shall see, and that would give Donald Trump some much needed good attention. If Trump does, he definitely can. No, he's already done. He can't run again. This is his second term. He can't run again. So he can't be reelected. So it's something, y'all. Listen. I tell you that if they put it out there we go. So he might do. I want to know. Press one if you feel like he's going to get a pardon. Press one if you feel that Donald Trump is going to give him a pardon. Press one. Press two, that's not going to happen. It said Wiley Mob Radio shot at you out on Station yesterday. Really? Station today? Really? What did Billy say? Wait a minute. Let me drop the link. What did she say? What did she say? What? Because I know I defended her because I'm like, she didn't do that. That was them guys' fault. It was them guys' fault that did that. I'm just being real. She didn't have nothing to do with that whole type of situation of get in touch and violate it. Oh, because I didn't listen to it, but if she gave us a shout out, hey, or shouted us out, hey, we need it. That's why I'm out here just showing love. You know, we had to say what we had to say about that situation. I'm just being real. So did he? Y'all believe? Did he go good? Okay, but it could go either way. It could go either way when it comes to Diddy. And see, Diddy got to be careful. Like if he get a pardon, wow, that would be a blessing for him and for his family and for Carisha and for Carisha. That's how I wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point. Facts. So, you know, I mean, Trump got the power to do it. At the end of the day, Trump got the power to do it. So you can't be mad or pressed about it because he's the president. And he used his pardon power. It is what it is. You can't be mad. I know a lot of people will get upset and be like, "Oh my gosh, how can you give Diddy a pardon? To he did this to those women." Donald Trump don't care. You heard what Donald Trump said about grabbing about the da 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 da. So Donald Trump don't be care. He don't care about the optics. That's something to get for media attention, and that'll help him with the black male vote. Well, that's how that goes. He already gave he commuted the sentence of former Congressman Joy Santos. That crazy nut. It's crazy going out the Bolton, but Bolton never testified to put Trump in jail. He only went on the news. It's crazy, but that you got that situation. They say he had to do Weinstein and R. Kelly. Well, if I was R. Kelly, I'd be reaching out to Trump too. Why not? Like, come on, Trump. Pardon me too. If I was R. Kelly, I'll be reaching out to Trump too. It is what it is. And I'm just being 100% real. 100%, y'all. And also too, y'all, I literally, they said, were you living in a dictatorship? Yes. I was watching Brandy and Monica concert. When I tell you Brandy and Monica did a good job, they performed so well. Kelly Rowland performed. I was just watching some clips. Now I would love to go to the concert. Um I would love to go to the concert, but hey, but they did an incredible job. Yeah, they come to Vegas, they come to Chicago. I think tomorrow they'll be in Chicago if I'm not mistaken. But they did good. Brandy vocals was off the chain. She was dancing. I said, man, I would love to be there because I love me some Brandy. That's like my favorite artist, Brandy, Whitney Houston. And I seen Brandy like years ago when she was performing in Baltimore at the African Fest. I believe that's what they call it. And it was amazing. I remember we went for her. I remember we went, I don't know how much tickets. I remember we went for what was that? The sound check. It was like, hey, Brandy. She was like, hey. I will never forget that. I will never forget that. I love her so much. She is an incredible artist. Um, they said my radio said that you were the only one that contacted her for a statement. My radio went on Tisa Tales. What? I didn't even see that she went on Tisa Tales. Like, yeah, I definitely wow. See, I had to reach out to her and ask. Give me a second. I'm surprised you don't already have tickets. No, I don't have tickets, child. I don't have tickets. Let me see if I can find when did she go on there? Let me see. I see that she had went live. Like, that's crazy. That she gave me a shot. Wow, I'm shocked because usually we don't. I'm shocked. I'm really, really shocked. But yeah, we reached out to her. We love her. And when it comes to this case, I said, I have to reach. Why not? You have to reach out. Mario went off on TCL. TCL did a video that my wife is. Mario went off on TCL. TCL did a video that said, "Is my radio the new Diddy?" What? Now she should have said that. She is not on new Diddy. Let me say this real quick. When Milagro posted the receipts, that woman had the evidence that those guys were complicit, were drinking, were doing that. She was not offering them drinks. And she also showed proof the guy that had the threesome going up the stairs willingly. So to say that Milagro is the new Diddy is incorrect, it's unethical, it's trashy, and it's a lie. Milagro is not the new Diddy. She ain't no Diddy at all. Milagro Grams is Milagro Grams. And she had an event, and those folks that came to the event decided to drink, get drunk, get belligerent, argue with the women, talking about the lady wig. So you can't get mad at Milagro because you can't handle your liquor. That man did that threesome willingly. Milagro didn't force him to do it at all. The boyfriend left, the husband left his husband at the event outside. They allowed him to come back in. If she could do it all over, she probably would have said, you know what? Let me not even let this man in no more. Let him stay outside. But he had nowhere to go. And so she was being a nice person, let him in. And he went on and did a threesome. So who fault is that? You can't blame nobody but yourself. You can't blame Milagro Grant. And if Tito said that, I didn't watch it. If she said that, then she wrong. Because this ain't no Diddy crime. This is not a guy. These guys got drunk and started smashing each other. It is what it is. And I'm just keeping it real. We can't be playing these games. Like, you got to be careful saying that. Like, wow. Well, people have to say about all that crazy stuff. It's crazy. But I watched the live that she did, and she not playing. It is what it is. Y'all can try to blame her all you want, but she innocent in this. She innocent. So let's get into our last topic here. Woo, look what I said about Tyler Perry. Y'all, I've been on it with these shorts. I'm loving YouTube shorts. I am so addicted to YouTube shorts. But this is what I said about Tyler Perry. Let me see if I can bring it up. Y'all bear with me. And then we're gonna bring this video so close. It's not gonna be a long, lengthy video because we only had a couple of subjects here. And then and then we're gonna talk about Tasha K. We can't forget about talking about Tasha K. We're gonna talk about Tasha K too. We gotta talk about that. Tyler Perry is about to be hit with another lawsuit. They're saying the accuser lawyer, Derek Dixon, suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. And they're saying that more male victims are coming forward in this entire situation with Tyler Perry. But Tyler Perry have also responded and said this is lies and a cash grab. As you all can see, I will bring you more information because things have gotten more messy, more victims. If one victim come out, then more going to come out. And this is why I believe that Tyler Perry said this is about greed, not truth. And that was just filed in new court documents. What do y'all think? Will this stop Tyler Perry's career? No, because black folks love some Tyler Perry. They love Tyler Perry. This embedded in our culture, and I love watching them too. So there could be 20 more victims come out. We ain't gonna stop watching Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is about to be hit. So I was literally online. I think it was the Media Takeout, and they were talking about how Tyler Perry is in a legal fight of his life, and a shocking new court filing suggests a $260 million harassment lawsuit filed against him could soon expand, with other male victims allegedly preparing to come forward. The lawsuit filed by actor and former friend Derek Dixon accused the billionaire filmmaker of unwanted advances and inappropriate behavior. Perry was flatly denied every allegation, calling the claims lies and a cash grab. But things got messier. They said a new file court documents obtained by Media Takeout. Perry's legal team fiercely defends the mogul's reputation, calling Dixon claim false, fabricated, and rooted in greed. So again, if this lawsuit goes through, let's be clear, and if he win, more people gonna come out. To be honest, and that actor that was on, the actor that was playing in what was that show that he did when they went all purple with the highest? What was the name of that show? I believe he gonna come out with some accusations too, because he's not on the show no more. And when money get low, they definitely are going to be trying to sue Tyler Perry. Say, oh, Tyler Perry did this to me. Tyler Perry did that. Tyler Perry did that. What? So again, I don't think it's going to change the people loving Tyler Perry, because just like black folks love white Jesus, I don't think they're going to stop supporting Tyler Perry. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be shady, but I'm just being real. They ain't going to stop watching Tyler Perry. I mean, it is what it is. Now, We'll keep y'all more updates about that. Make sure y'all also check out our shorts and stuff. It's really, really good. In my last subject here, we have to talk about Tasha K and Riley. You know, of course, she called Riley a big back and all this, saying that she's no longer cool with Nicki Minaj, that she was stealing from Nicki Minaj, etc. And then Tasha K allegedly got in trouble with, I think it was EJ King. He said he was going to sue Tasha because Tasha was saying he was stealing from Nicki, and all these people saying they were stealing from Nicki. And apparently, Tasha K says she have gotten word from Nicki Minaj that all this stuff that with DeAndre, literally that he was stealing from Nicki Minaj, that she was getting this stuff directly from Nicki Minaj. But let's be clear, Tasha K do have literally a access to Nicki, and if Nicki giving this information, I believe Nicki should be bold enough and woman enough to put it out herself. And don't just be putting this out just for a click and a view and just to try to change this whole narrative of her losing this house with this lawsuit. Let this be clear. If you do have this situation where people are stealing from you and you are putting it, saying that, hey, you would be sued or because you're putting out a lie, put out the truth. Just show us the truth that somebody stole from you. Show us the evidence. And as of right now, I don't see no evidence that has been proven at all. If you all remember, I don't see no evidence. Tasha over there being a sharecropper blogger for Nicki, yeah. And then it was clips of Tasha K dissing Nicki Minaj. You can actually go to my X page, literally, and they have clips that's going viral that she allegedly said, not allegedly, she said out of her mouth that Tasha K is a fool for putting her houses up for her molester brother, and that how she got a husband that's been accused of a crime. She said all this stuff about Nicki Minaj. So that's why Nicki Minaj will use her to put out a narrative. No shade, she will use to put out a narrative, but Nicki Minaj is not going to come on her show. Let's be clear. Nicki Minaj is not going to come on her show. And let's be clear. It said Mr. Patty stole the money card on tarot cards. OMG. That's what I'm saying about that, y'all. But listen, I said I will come on here for a little bit to chit chat with y'all and talk to y'all. But listen, yes. It said Tasha should have said this when out. Nicki is using her in line. Yeah, Tasha is doing anything she can do to grow her platform and to stay relevant in the news and stuff like that. But I will post the number on the screen here. If you want to call in, I will definitely post the number here. I was just about to say announcement for the call. You calling in about the subject?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are you off the line?
No, I'm still live. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you was taking call in.
Yeah, I'm taking it right now.
Which is not one of those shows.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Brian McKnight, he's trash. I think he's like the first celebrity that I personally just do not like. Like he's the first celebrity that I'd be like, you know what? If something bad happens to him, I probably won't feel bad about it. He's very disgusting. I think people that move and operate like that is seriously weird and have a mental problem, and they don't like themselves because he's also taking care of another man's kid. So it's just kind of weird how certain guys leave a relationship and get into another relationship with another woman that has kids and be better fathers to somebody else's kids than their own kids, regardless if you don't like the mother or not. Keep in mind, these kids were grown. So so I feel like that he's just a disgusting man. He's a very, very disgusting man, and I hope he hope he doesn't live a successful life. Like he's a horrible person. To do that on your deceased son is crazy to me. And I just want to say I'm sorry that you went through that too, Wiley. Nobody deserves that. That's horrible. You know what I mean?
Fact, it is horrible.
And as far as Nicki Minaj though, I think it's really weird when when someone attempts to take up the Nicki Minaj, everybody got to say that they're paid or they're crazy too, or they just a paid mo or this, that, and the third. It's like, but people can come out and defend Cardi all the time, and people will big it up and be like, oh yeah, da 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 da. So I just, I don't know. I just feel like in certain situations, people need to choose black, in certain situations, because, being in the industry is not an easy thing. Certain things can wear on your mental, and certain things you may not be able to say, but I do agree that she do need to just put it on the floor and just say directly what's going on, or just keep it off the playground. As far as Milagro goes, I just found out, like, while you were doing your live, that there's more ex-mom members coming out saying that it was like a slave ship over there. So I'm kind of curious what the other ex-mom members are having to say. If Tisa Tales did say call Milagro a P. Diddy situation, if I was Milagro, I would think about probably like getting some stuff together on suing everybody who has said this defamatory things. Because why would you just put why would you put that lie out there like that? And that's the farthest from the truth, I thought that too. For a second, I thought she was having these type of freak offs too, until you did until people started doing their research and looked at her podcast and all the receipts. Now I'm like, nah, that's not what happened. These are grown people. They know exactly what they're doing. These are not minors or children. These are grown people that's in their 30s and almost in 30s and 40s. So it's kind of hard for me to feel bad for them, but it just makes me look at them like something is wrong with y'all. How y'all are doing free work for content creators and then get mad when your services is no longer needed. Like, who told you to do all that free work for nothing? Who told you to dedicate yourself to an organization that you're not getting paid for? If you're not genuinely doing it because you enjoy doing it, then don't do it at all. Like, don't do it at all. Think of it as an internship. As far as like Tyler Perry goes, I don't feel that. I'm standing with Tyler Perry, and I don't care. I know people gonna be like not gonna probably be looking at me crazy, but I stand with Tyler Perry. Atlanta guys are different. A lot of Atlanta guys are gay for pay. And it's kind of like Atlanta is small, so you hear a lot of rumors, you hear a lot of stuff about people. So it's like, why as a grown man, y'all in y'all 40s and 50s, why are y'all still at this age where y'all are still letting other grown men manipulate y'all into doing things that you don't want to do? And then you up here crying and Bloody Mary because you thought you was going to have a sugar daddy, you thought you was going to have a lick, and it just didn't play out the way that you did. It just didn't play out like that. So I just, if Tyler Perry is out here being, using his power or using his influence, he better chill, because he'll lose everything he has in a blink of an eye. It won't take long for somebody to dismantle that whole thing. So I do feel like Tyler Perry is going through what every black successful man go through, and hopefully he can overcome this and clean up his act and repent to God. But as far as Milagro, hopefully Milagro keep her head up and she don't go through a mental breakdown, because she did talk about that today, about how people are wanting her to crash out. So they keep making up narratives and they keep talking about her, trying to poke her, like poke the bear, for her to pretty much just like spaz out. So she's saying that, it's not working. So I'm glad that she is, not letting the noise get too loud to where it affects her mental health. So I'm standing with Milagro on this whole content creators versus producers versus ex-fan members, ex-community members. I'm standing with her on that, because I feel like that situation can literally happen to any content creator. So it's very shocking when I see content creators just happy about Milagro, and these are men in a wig. So it just blows my mind, because I'm like, people could say the same thing about you. People could say that about a lot of people. people can sue almost for anything. So I just feel like people just need to be a little bit more mindful of what they say and who they interview, because you just never know when it's your turn, and you're gonna want somebody to have some type of grace and put out, if you're not gonna have no grace about it, at least put out true information, and don't be just getting anybody off the street just to say you got an interview with somebody who says X, Y, and Z about a person. I feel like a lot of content creators got that bad, just interviewing any random person that say they know a person. I feel like they got that really, really bad. But I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I know you said you didn't want this to be a lengthy live. But I just want to say keep up the good work and keep putting out honest commentary and continue not riding a wave like everybody else and isolating people when they're going through their downfall. I definitely respect you for that.
Yeah, and my thing is with Milagro it is, I'm seeing that it is a hate train that's going on because they see that Megan Thee Stallion is suing her. So everybody want to jump off the bandwagon.
Well, she also said that she's been getting a lot of. She said she noticed, like, out of nowhere, she just started getting like a bunch of hate, like a bunch of like hate mails or inbox. She said people are coming onto her Instagram, leaving hate comments, death comments. Like she said, it's like on 10. And she said sometimes she open up those private messages and sometimes she don't. She said she opened up one message or whatever, but you know that's another reason why I believe them troll farms are legit, because I'm like, I mean, Megan, she got fans and all, but she don't got Nicki Minaj type of fans. I don't see the Stallions, the Hotties, just going to find Milagro page and just attacking her like that, because they're not even strong like that on Twitter. Like when Twitter fan beats be going on, like the Hotties, they be on some hush mouth stuff. So it's like it got to be a troll farm because the Megan Thee Stallion fan base is not that strong for them to just be dry attacking Milagro as if she was Cardi or Megan. Like her fan base is not that strong to me. So I do think I do feel like maybe Rock Nation has something to do with the trolling that's going on her social media platform.
Yeah, like man, like that's why she have to avoid the noise. But it's kind of hard when your business is online and people are trashing you online, and you get all these hateful comments.
Yeah.
But you got to remember Milagro when that whole thing was going on with Tory Lanez, how she was definitely standing up for Tory, and Megan was getting all that traction or hate and nasty comments that it brought her to depression. So we shall see what's going to go on in next month. I'm assuming that a lot of people want to go to that.
Yeah, it's next month in November. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for both of them. I feel bad for both of them. I wish that maybe Megan would pull up on Milagro. I mean, they both from Houston. It's not hard to find. You know, certain people. Or maybe a conversation should have been had. Maybe somebody should have reached out to Milagro and told her to chill. I don't know. I don't know what could have been done differently, but I do feel like, you know, hopefully Milagro just take the learning experience and know when to chill or when to push the gas and when not to push the gas. Because I heard Tasha K commentary on Faces today, and I felt like Tasha K was spitting some real game. Like she was spitting some real stuff, and she made a good point. Maybe Milagro feel embarrassed that she's telling her to file bankruptcy, but it's nothing for you to be embarrassed of. What you need to be embarrassed is the lawsuit. That's what you need to be embarrassed about, not filing for bankruptcy so you can protect your children's future. I mean, for God's sake, you live in an apartment. It's not like you live in a house or your cars are bought and paid for. Like everything is you really don't own nothing. So do you really want to be in debt? I mean, it's bad enough that 95% of Americans are paying back student loans. Now imagine paying back student loans and paying back money for running your mouth. Like that's too much. That's a lot. So I do feel like people need to start listening to Tasha K when she be dropping little gems for free, because most people got to pay for that.
Especially, she went through the same thing. She went through a major lawsuit with a major celebrity, And a lot of people thought she would have to pay the $4 million up front, and she filed bankruptcy to get on a payment plan. And that was a sweet deal where she could still build up her company without breaking her pockets, without spend. Because
And
don't
she
nobody.
said it protects her credit. She said because I mean I do agree with you now that listening to it. I do feel like maybe Tasha K should have muted a lot of people might because Armand was asking a lot of good questions about what if you don't pay the debt? How would that impact you? This, that, and the third. Like, I knew that if she didn't pay Cardi B, that all it was going to do is go on her credit. I knew that. If you don't pay that's just like if you have a credit card, you can max the credit card out and not pay them. It's just going to go against your credit as a debt. But she has already, explained that since she's been making her payments, ain't nothing has been to her credit showing that she default on any payments. So maybe Milagro just gonna be like, okay, you say I owe you, but as long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. And maybe she'll just take a hit on her credit and get TPNs, or maybe she'll go to the credit guy and the credit guy can, take that off her credit report. Who knows? But I do feel like that girl needs to act fast and instead of sitting online begging for money to fight a machine, she just needs to go ahead and file bankruptcy and revamp. That's what she needs to do. File bankruptcy and revamp because y'all not making that much money. I'm sorry. I ain't pocket watching or nothing, but $100K, that's a lot of money. That's too much money. Not just for running your mouth. No, you might as well just fight me.
And also too with Milagro, she, I'm not shocked if anybody work with or moderate or any work with a show, you're doing that for free, unless she puts you on a payroll and all that. So if you decide to do all this free labor, that's on you. That's not what she forced you to do it. So it's right. Really something. So I feel for Milagro. Don't get me wrong, because again,
yes, because what if other people what if somebody watching this content creator show with this ex-mom member and they be like, you know what? I was up late night getting this for this person. I was doing this. I did that too. Well, maybe I'm a slave too. Oh, I feel like a slave. Well, let me see what I can do and see if I can get me a lawyer to sue. Just to get back at somebody. People are just crazy. I don't know why people just don't start them a channel. Just start a channel. If you just want to be in the limelight like that and you feel like the person who you're interning for, because that's what I'm going to call it, interning for, the person that you're interning for, if you want to be in that person's position, why don't you just start you up an account? Just start you up a Twitter account a YouTube account, instead of like going on platforms, making up bogus lies and just doing the most. So I feel bad. I feel bad for her a little bit because she's, because of everybody else just calling about the stuff on her. But I don't feel bad about that whole Megan situation. She kind of acted it herself.
I agree. I definitely agree. Thank you so very much for coming on and giving your point of view in the subject.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. So again, you guys, thank y'all for so much. We're bringing this show to a close. We've been on here for an hour. We don't want to make it too lengthy. Make sure y'all follow us on X at Wiley Show. Follow us on Facebook at The Wiley Show. Follow us on TikTok at The Wiley Show. Instagram, Wiley Show. Make sure y'all follow us on all that. And if you have been blocked by me on Instagram, only thing you have to do is text me at the you can text me and I would unblock you. Just text me at 702-355-9581 and just tell me your Instagram user and I will unblock you on Instagram. Okay? But you have to text me. All right. That if you have been blocked. If you've been blocked. Because I know I blocked a lot of people last year and I'm feeling real good to unblock you if you have been blocked. So again, little black boy, you are beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. I'm just on here letting y'all know, always remember to put God first. Never let, always put God first. I'm going to say it again. Always put God first. Okay? Put God first. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed one.